activity 2.12. So 23 students, all 23 students submitted. Yeah. All right. This student who just joined, Tong Tianjia. He belongs to this class or from another group?
She is our classmate, yes, our group.
Oh, okay. But I think you're not using Ta Yusi's account. That's why it's getting showing request to join this meeting. So I'm not sure. Okay, never mind. As long as you belong to this class, then it's okay. All right. Now, so submission 23 students all submitted. That's good. And let's look at today's activity. For today's activity, we are going to look at lesson number 3. And I will go through this very quickly because the instruction is very long. And starting from next week, most probably I'll just try to go through the instructions. I mean, not go through this instruction one by one, but I will just show you quickly based on every section that we have. Yeah, not page by page, but just show you based on the concept. Like for example, subtotal. Immediately I will explain to you how do you do subtotal. Yeah, we don't have enough time to go through one by one like this. Yeah. Okay. The first one we are looking at lesson number 3 is on sorting and validation. Yeah. So you learn about what is sorting and you also learn about validation. Okay, the first one here is about subtotal. For subtotal, this is the concept of subtotal. For the same values that you have, you want to know what is the subtotal. Yeah, for it. Like for example, same value for years. Year 2011, you have 3 data on that. I want to know what is the total sales. Year 2012, they are same data. And for this, I want to know what is the total sales. Then it will show something like this. Okay, so we don't need to prepare this by typing. You have a feature called subtotals. You just have to use that and it will automatically insert this calculation for you. Yeah, the most important requirements for you to do something like this is you must have data that you have grouped it together. The same data must be grouped together like this. Then only you can do it. Let's say now you want to do for country. Singapore. Cannot. In this case, cannot. Because Singapore is here, one. Another Singapore is here. Another Singapore is here. You cannot do based on country. Then what you need to do? You need to sort this so that Singapore means then the next record for Singapore will appear second. And then the next one will appear third. So it has to be grouped together first. Then only you can find the total subtotal for country. Yeah. So we are going to create something like this by using this file employees list. So please open that file employees list over here. Okay, then here you can see that there are 2 worksheets. One is list, another one is auto filter. So we'll use list. Yeah, look at list, the first worksheet, list, and this is the data. And what we'll do here is that we are going to do subtotal based on departments. However, I can't do it now. If I'm looking at this record, I don't see departments grouped together. Like I have administration department, but administration department, they are in different rows. Cannot. It has to be grouped together as next row immediately. Then only you can. So what is the best way to group them together? You just click on cell E3 and you do sorting. Sorting means to arrange your data. Okay, so click on department and then sort is over here. and you just click on sort A to Z. When you do that, you can see based on department, all your data are sorted. So administration department will be shown first, and all the data relevant to it will be shown together. Yeah, this is based on one column that you are doing the sort. You did the sorting based on one column department. Yeah. So now if I want to do subtotal, can, because I already have same departments grouped together. This one also same department grouped together. Sales, same department grouped together. Support also. Yeah. So you have all these different the different department, but they all put together. Yeah. Then we can apply subtotal. Now to apply the subtotal, click on anywhere within this table. Will do. Then click on data. Under the data tab, you click on subtotal, which is over here, the most right. You can see subtotal down here. Click on subtotal, and then you'll have this box. This box to set all the properties for your subtotal calculation. The first part will be at each change in, meaning here we are going to do it based on department, right? So therefore, this one need to be changed to department. Administration is one department. Before moving to another department, do a calculation of this department. Then move to another department, then do a calculation, then move to next department. That's why they call it at each change in. Yeah. So by departments, use function, what calculation that you want to do. There are different calculations that you can do. Let's say in this case, we are doing calculation of average. So click on average. You want total, then is sum, yeah? So sum we will do later. First we do for average. Average. And what data you want to use for calculation? Which field that you want to perform this calculation? Minimum one field must be selected. So automatically it has selected bonus for you. Okay, so bonus, you'll get the average calculation of bonus based on each department. I also want to include for salary, the average calculation of salary. Therefore, I have to select salary. So now I have selected two columns to see the average for salary, one column for salary, another column for bonus to see the average for each column. This part, for one calculation, you don't have to change anything. But when you're doing another calculation, then you have to change. Later I will show you. Yeah. So we already set all this, click OK. And now you can see it's showing here that the average for administration is salary is this is the average, bonus this is the average. If you go to new tab, the average is this for salary and this is the average for bonus. So every department you will see the salary average, bonus average. And finally, it will show grand average for all the salary average and then the bonus average. That's why we call it grand average. Okay. Now, you also notice that here, this kind of view will appear. It's just outline view or level that you have, where you can just click on level 1, for example. Level 1 is used to show only the grand average calculation. Okay. Level 2, if you click on it, it will show each department's average, then grand average. Level 3 will expand all your data and show everything clearly. So level 1, level 2, level 3 that you have. Yeah. Okay. Next one. How if I want to do another calculation where I want to maintain this average calculation, but I want to include another calculation extra. Therefore, again, make sure you click within the cell, within your table, any cell that with data. Go back to data here, and you click on subtotal again. This time, the department is still the same. We are still doing it based on department. The calculation that we are doing is total. So I want to find total. I have to use sum function. Sum function. And it's already selected the two columns that we selected earlier. But now I don't want to do for both salary and bonus. I want only for salary. Therefore, deselect bonus. That means remove the tick for bonus. So total, I want to see only for salary. Since this is a second calculation that you're doing, there's one option over here, replace current subtotal, which is already ticked, meaning I already have one existing calculation, right? Remove this calculation and replace with the sum calculation. So if you want to replace the previous calculation, remove that and show the new calculation only, then you have to make sure you have selected this option. But in our case, I want to still maintain this average calculation. Another calculation, I want to show total of salary. Therefore, I have to deselect this option. Remove the tick to replace. If you do that, meaning it will maintain this average calculation. At the same time, it will also show the new calculation. Okay, now click OK. And you can see here, you still have the old calculation, but there's a new calculation here for total. And total we did using sum for salary only. Therefore, you only see for salary. For bonus, you don't see anything. Unless we have included for bonus. Yeah. After you do that, you can see over here, the grand total also it will show. So you have grand average, grand total. Yeah. Okay, next one. You will also see the level here. We have now level 4. Earlier it was only up to level 3. Now let's try to play around with this. 1 is showing grand total, grand average. Level 2 is showing average calculations. Level 3 showing both total and average calculations. And level 4 will expand everything. Okay, now you can save this because I'm going to show another step to remove the calculation. How do you remove the subtotal? Okay, but I want you to save this first. So save it. After you save it, now you want to remove this calculation. Let's say I change my mind. I don't want this calculation. How do you remove it? Just click on subtotal and you see this option over here, remove all. Meaning remove all the subtotal calculation. Administration total, administration average, all that will be removed. So click on remove all and you can see the calculation disappears. Okay, that is all about subtotal. Any questions? If no questions, close this and let's move on to the next one. All this I have already covered in my demo just now. Okay, all this practice also I already included. Okay. Next one, remove subtotal also I showed just now. Let's move to sorting data by multiple level. Earlier we did one sorting. that one is just based on the department column, right? Then we call that as one level of sorting. Can I do sorting based on more than one column? Yes, you can. And that is what we call as multiple level sorting. Yeah, so let's see how we can do this multiple level sorting. For that, you need to open a new file, which is employees table. So employees table is over here. Click and open that. So there's only one worksheet table with all this data. And what we'll do now is we will do sorting of this whole record, but based on 3 columns. The first column will be department, second column will be division, and third column will be based on salary. So how can I do this 3-level sorting? Normally, very rare we do multiple level sorting. Yeah, if you do normally, it's just based on one column or maximum 2 columns. Yeah, but here I just want to demonstrate. That's why we are doing it for 3 columns. Yeah, so let's start with department. Department, I want to sort that according to A to Z. Division, from you have divisions here. Division should be from largest to smallest. Salary from smallest to largest, something like that. So to do it, you just click anywhere within this table, will do. Go to data, and you can find sort over here. This sort and the sort that we used earlier under the home tab are the same. The one that we have over here. This is also same. Later we'll use more here. Another one over here. Yeah. Custom sort here is actually same as this sort over here. This one A to Z, Z to A is similar to what you have over here as well. See? A to Z, Z to A is the same. No difference. Yeah. So now you click on sort over here, and it will show a box like this. This box is we use it if you are using more than one column for sorting. Okay. So the first level, as I mentioned just now, should be department. Department, and the order should be A to Z. The department start with the letter A should come first, then letter B, letter C. That's the meaning of A to Z. So that's one level. Level 2 is based on division. How do I add another one? You can see add level. Click on that. Add level, and then you see another row here for you to add a new column. So this one will be division. Under division, you have the order, smallest to largest, largest to smallest. We are using largest to smallest. Then I also want to sort by salary. So add another level. So you have another row here. And this time the column will be salary. And the order will be smallest to largest. So this is the properties we have for our sorting for this data. Department A to Z, division largest to smallest, salary is smallest to largest. And you just click OK, you will see your whole data will be reorganized. Records by records, it will be reorganized. Now, how do we interpret this? First level of sorting is department by in ascending order of alphabets, right? See department here. A, N, S, A, S, U. right? Is alphabetical order. So that's level 1. Level 2, you look at the same department, administration, division is largest to smallest. 4 is the largest, 3, 2 is the smallest. You go to new tech, same department, largest to smallest, 5 to 2. Sales also same. Largest to smallest division. Yeah, for the same department. So that's level 2. Level 3 sorting that we did was salary must be smallest to largest. Look at the same department, same division, like this, for example. For administration, division number 3, there are 2. They are sorted according to smallest to largest of the salary. Smallest salary is this, largest salary is this. For same administrations, same department, same division. And if you check on sales, for example, another example, here, you can see clearly same department, sales, same division, then salary is smallest to largest. That is level 3 sorting. Yeah? Okay, so done with the sorting. Now, how if let's say you want to add another sorting? Already have 3. Then I want to add on another one based on higher date, oldest to newest, based on this higher date. So how can I add another level on the existing one? Again, you go to data and click on sort. When you click on sort, you'll see the department, the same properties that we set earlier for sorting, all the 3 columns. Now, you want to add another one, you click on add level. And when you do that, it will automatically go to the second row. But we don't want to use second row. We want it to be the last one. Later we can change. Yeah, we can always move the order of our column. So let's complete this first. So here I want to do based on higher date and higher date oldest to newest. Yeah. Then it's already selected there. You can see gray color, that means selected. If you want, you can also click on it. Then it will be blue color to confirm that you have selected this. Even if you didn't click, then it's okay. Yeah. Never mind. So you already click, you already have it in blue. Then you can see arrows here to move up and down. So I want to bring higher date as my last row. Click on this. Move down. So it will go down one level and then click again, go to another level down. So that's the lowest level. And the bottom level. Okay. So how do we interpret this? This is level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4 of sorting. And click OK. And it has sorted again. Yeah, but you, as I said, we don't do more than 2 actually. Normally we do based on 1 column or 1 level, and you can go maximum 2 level, another level. All right. Okay, so now let's say we want to undo our sorting. I don't want my data to be sorted. Then you can just use undo button over here. If you click on this arrow, right, on undo, you can see I did first sorting and I did the second sorting just now. So I want to undo both. Make sure I select both, click on it. And it's back to not sorted. Okay, next one. For values like this, months, how am I going to sort it? According to like higher month, we have like April, March, May, June, all those things, right? How can I change it so that it will show my records based on higher month in sequence of January to December? If you feel that we can use just A to Z, the ascending order, let's try. If I go to the Home tab, under the Home tab, you have sort here also, right? So you can use this and you click on A to Z. But I'm not getting January to February, January until December. It's showing A first. It's following the letter A, B, C, D. So how do I do if it is something that related to months like this? Yeah. So let me undo this first. So the method that we use here is go to sort and filter. And over here this time you choose custom sort. And custom sort is actually similar to the other sort that we used earlier. It's the same, no difference. Yeah? Just the different term that being used. All right? And over here, our data is under higher month. So you choose that column, higher month. And the order, not A to Z, because A to Z, it will show like April, August, all that A first, then till the last letter. Yeah? We don't want that. You choose custom list. Custom list. And you have the list that we can use. This custom list is available for days and months, right? Okay. Our data, is it in short form of the month or full spelling of the month? It is actually short form of the month, right? Therefore, you have to select the correct one, which is this. If yours is in full spelling, then you have to select this one. So you cannot do it differently. Yeah, it has to be exactly like what you have in your column. So Jan, Feb, March, all that, yeah? And click OK. So and click OK according to the sequence of month. Okay, so that's how you do sorting for values like this, months or days. Yeah. Okay, so you can save your work on this and you can close it. And let's move to the next one. So all the one that I showed to you, if you want to read, the instructions are over here. Right, all this we did. Okay, custom sort also we did just now, where it was something like this. Yeah. Okay, next, let's move to another part on data validation. Okay, for data validation, right? Data validation is used to restrict on what data type and what values that we can allow in one particular cell or in a range of cells. All right. For example, let's say I have data and then I want to change it to something else, but the data is not a valid data. So how I can stop, right? So what you can do first, let's look at the file that we need to use. We have data validation. So please open this file, data validation file. Data validation is over here. Okay, on data validation, you have this sample table. And what you can do here is, let's say, now, division. I'll show you the concept first. We have division here. In my company, Bayland Computing Services, I only have division 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't have division 1. I don't have division 6, 7, 8. it's not valid. In my company, there are only 4 divisions. Division 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if let's say someone to try to simply enter division number 7, see, it's not stopping me from using number 7. But the actual fact is, in my division, my company, I don't have division number 7. I only have division number 2 until division number 5, or between 2 and 5 only. But nothing is stopping me from typing division 7. And worst scenario, nothing going to stop me from typing ABC. But this is very clear, it's not even a division. My division is in the form of number. So how can I stop all this from happening? Where only numbers can be entered, and then the range that is allowed is between 2 and 5. So that's what we are going to do. Yeah. So, and why this cell is allowing me to type anything inside here? Because of the default setting for any cells that we are using on Excel is this. Validation is allow any value. That is the reason. I can type even symbols. No problem. Yeah. So that is where we need to change this validation rule. So in our case, how we can set it is, the instructions are here. So based on what I just mentioned, I will then set this data validation so that it can only accept number, and then it has to be number between 2 and 5. That means 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So to do that, first you select the cell that you want to set the data validation. I want to set for all these cells that I have here. Therefore, you can just go here, and then after you select the column heading, you just move up here a bit until you see the black arrow pointing downward. And if you click, then it will select the data that you have. Or if you think that, no, I'm not keen to do this method. Yeah, I'm not keen to do this. You just can do this method. You just select manually, manual selection. Same, no difference. Yeah. So after you have selected the range of cells that you want to apply that validation, go to data. Under data, you can see data validation. Click on that. Data validation. And you have here the default setting that I mentioned just now. It will allow any value. That's the reason why we can type anything on our cells. And now we want to change this. To change it, you click on it and you can see what are the options that are available. What type of value that you want to allow. Yeah? If it is just a number without decimal points, then it's a whole number. If it's a number with decimal points, decimal places, then you use decimal. If it is a list, later I'll show you how to use list. List is like, when you choose, like when you go to a website, you want to fill in your details, they ask you to choose country. You click on it, then it will show the list of country, and then you can select from there. So the same thing that can be done here. That is the list here. Yeah. Okay. In our case, I want to allow number between 2 and 5 only. Therefore, it is a whole number. So once I set as whole number, it will not allow me to type ABCD anymore. And then what is the rule? The rule is it between two numbers, or is it not between this range? Between means usually is range. Yeah? Okay. Equal to, that means must be this number. Not equal to another one particular number. Greater than, less than. You have all these operators. Yeah, the mathematical operations. So in our case, it's between, because I'm allowing a range between 2 and 5. So minimum is 2, maximum is 5. Minimum 2, maximum 5. Yeah. Okay. Then you have ignore blank. ignore blank by default is tick, meaning to say that if the cell is empty, no data on it, don't show any error message. That's the meaning of ignore blank. Yeah. Okay, now click OK. And looks like nothing happened, right? Looks like nothing happened, right? Wait, I think I accidentally selected this as well, because it will try to impose that rule on this cell also. Actually, we shouldn't select this cell. It should be only on these cells. Yeah, this one, because it's label, we shouldn't select that. Yeah. Okay, now, so I already imposed the rule, right? So now, if let's say I try to go and change this data from 5, now I put 7. But 7, I don't have that division, right? And I press enter. See, I'm getting this error message. This value doesn't match the data validation restriction defined for this cell. Then you click cancel, it will go back to 5. Or you try to type A and you click somewhere. Still, it will not allow. Cancel. Then it will go back to 5. Okay. So this message that you get, right? Let's say I change to A and then I get this message, right? This is what we call error message. This is the default error message, but you can replace that with your own message. That means we customize it to show our message to the user. Later, I will show you how we can do that. So I don't want this message. I want my own message to be shown. So later, I'll show you how you can do it. Okay, so that's one data validation that we have applied for the cells that we have over here. Okay, another data validation, let's try to do it on region using list. Yeah. So now, for this one, the region that you enter must be based on the these regions: east, west, central, north, and south. Any other region you're not accepting. Only this list we will accept. Okay. So therefore, if you want to apply that, again, you select this cell range, only this cell range here. Don't select region. Yeah? Unless you use this method I mentioned earlier, using the dark arrow, black arrow pointing downward. Then it will start selecting from central. Yeah? Okay, then you go to data validation. Over here, allow, you change it to allow list. Okay, then again you will see ignore blank. That means if empty, don't show any error message. If it is, then another one is in cell drop down. That means if I click on the cell, I want it to show all this list that we have. Yeah, so that's what I want. So now click on source. Source will be this list. I'm only allowing the list that I have over here: east, west, central, north, and south. So after you click on the source here, you just go here and select this range. And that will be stated here as source, J1 to J5. Okay, so that's the source. And because that is the source, when you click OK, after that you just click OK. And you can see here, every time you click on any of the cells within region, there's an arrow here to show drop-down list like this. So you can just select to replace. Yeah. Okay. Now, how if I try to type in? You can type in, but when you type in, it must be the exact spelling like what you have here. Let's say I try to put northwest like this. But northwest is not in this list. When I press enter, it will show error message again. Okay, so cancel, then it will change back to north. Yeah, so this is drop down list, and then the values that you enter inside here must be something that is you have in your list. This one is coming from here. If you change anything here, that will be automatically changed here as well. Here it will change as well. Yeah, it will update because it is copying here all the time from here to show it. Okay, next one. So all this done. This one also done. Okay, already tested. Now, to create our own error message. Okay, to create our own error message. Just now it will show a different error message, right? But I want to show on my own message. Replace with my message. So to do that, let's do it on division. Select the division. All the data again, all the cells that you have under division. Go back to data validation. And you can see there's an error alert. Error alert. And this is where you can set your own message for any invalid data. So you have different styles. Stop, warning is like this, and then you have information. Yeah. Only stop, right, will make sure that if let's say it's invalid, force the user to change it to a valid data. But if you're using warning and information, right, it will not force you to change. It will just warn you or just show you information, but it will not force you to change. Yeah. So in our case, we still use stop. We just use stop. Title, we just put it as division error. The message is here. The message is already here. We just copy this message. Division should be between 2 and 5. I can just copy that. Or you want to type it quickly also can. Division should be between 2 and 5. Whenever there's any error. Okay, now click OK. And now let's say I try to change it to A. And I press enter. Can you see that it's showing division error, the title? And then the message is our message. Division should be between 2 and 5. A is not acceptable. So cancel. Yeah, so you have customized it with your own message. There's another one, we call it as input message. If you notice, we have it there just now. So let's try again. You select the data, go to data validation, and you have input message. Input message is whenever someone select the cell, then you want to show a message before they enter the data. So let's say, for example, my title is input. My message is, please enter between 2 and 5. Here's a message to remind the user whenever they are going to key in. Yeah. So click OK. And can you see that whenever I click on the cells, right, it's telling me, please enter between 2 and 5 before I make any mistake. This is what we call as input message. Yeah. Error message will appear after you enter. Input message is before you enter. Yeah. Okay, then we will now try to remove this error message. How do you remove this error message? To remove the error message, again you select the data, all this data. Whatever error, the settings that I've done, the validation that I've done here, I want to remove everything. To do that, go back to data validation and you'll see clear all. When you click on clear all this will be clear. Your settings is clear, input message is clear, error alert also will be clear. So in one go, you clear everything. Okay? For you, you can save first because if you clear, then you won't have a record. At first, and then now you click on clear all. Now you don't see any messages. See, there's no validation already here. So that's how you remove your validation. Okay, so done. You can close it. Any questions? Okay, if no questions, let's close it. You have a review exercise. After this class, I will create the link for submission. Please complete this and submit before our next class. Yeah, so you do activity 3.9 as homework. Okay, in terms of attendance,